We are going to learn about custom blocks in Scratch. How do we make custom blocks and why do we need it? So custom blocks in Scratch. Now, custom block has got other names. We could call it subroutine or procedure. And it is a set of instructions that are placed inside a block. An example of a custom block is a block called ask name. What's your name? And then we set the variable name to the answer the user writes. Then we join the hello and the name together. Now let's go on to, if I want to write a program that asks the user their name, asks them if they are okay, and ask what is their birthday or if today is their birthday. Now that piece of code will look like this. It is very, very long. I'm doing a lot of things in this code. So I've got a character that says hello. I'm zooming from year 2102. What's your name? Then he sets the name to the answer and he joins the name. Then this character Zoomy is going to ask, are you okay? And if the user said yes, Zoomy would say, glad to hear. Then it will go on to, oh, I have another question. Then it's going to be talking about birthday. It's Zoomy's birthday today. Is it your birthday as well? If the user said yes, then it would say happy birthday. And if they don't say yes, else it would say a very happy home birthday to you. Now this line of code is quite long, as you can see. If I want to use a custom block, I could just start with the main program. So the main program is when clicked, say hello, say I'm Zoomy. And then at the bottom of my main code, I'm going to have ask name, how are you, and birthday. And what I could do is, the part that's asking for your name could be written as a block of code. So ask name, what's your name? Then the next part where it's asking, are you okay? I could put that into another set of block of code. So now I've got another one that's asking, how are you? And finally, the part that's asking about birthday, I could put that into a code, a block of code, a custom block that's asking about birthday and wishing somebody happy birthday. So as you can see, without custom block, we have a very long lines of code. It's quite hard to see where anything starts or stops. It's quite hard for me to see where the are you okay starts from. So with custom block, we can group several instructions together. So asking name, how are you, birthday. And to do this, we usually in Scratch go to add block, and we can add a block and we can give it a name. So this defines what the custom block will do. So we would write a sequence of instructions on what we want to happen in this custom block. So why do we use custom block? Any ideas? Why do we use custom blocks? Now, first of all, we can reuse the same code. So developers and programmers do not like to reinvent the wheel. If you're reinventing the wheel, it's going to take longer to finish your codes. So it's always a good idea to use another code that somebody else has written, so we can borrow or use somebody else's codes. It is also important that our code is not too long. So programs are broken into smaller parts. Imagine writing a story in English and not having paragraphs. So when you write paragraphs helps the user to read your story much better. And so is the same thing here. We're breaking the codes down into smaller parts so it is easier to read. It also helps with teamwork. So different people are working on different codes. So somebody could be working on the ask name. Another person could be working on birthday code. And the third person could be working on are you okay part of the code. As a result of that, it means that each part of your block, custom block, would be really tested, debugged to make sure that it's working well. And as a result, it's fewer chances of mistakes. So let's go through the summary of the advantages of using custom blocks. So we can have code reuse, where we're reusing the code. So we don't have to reinvent it all the time. We can just reuse the one that's working. And it saves time. That's very important. You want your code running in less time so that you can actually use it for what you want. The next advantage is that it is easier to read. If something is easier to read, it is easier to understand. And that's what it means, that we've broken it into smaller parts. The code is clearer and more organized. That's important. It's like you're storing in English when you're writing in paragraphs. And it's easier to understand what the program does. So if I want to work on the are you okay part of my code, I can just work on that section only. The next advantage is that it helps us to decompose. It helps us with decomposition. So we can break larger problems down into smaller tasks. What does that mean? That means that rather than having one big task, we can have task number 1, 2, and 3. So programs are broken into smaller parts, and it helps with organization, so we can make it easier to delegate to other people. It's easier to also understand what the code is doing. Teamwork is very important because one person is not going to be writing every single line of the code. So it's easier to delegate to other people. So for example, somebody could be doing the ask name, another person could be doing the are you okay, and a third person could be doing the birthday. And we can even add more people to our team. Another person could be doing another block of codes which would fit in to the overall program. It's easier to understand and share the code, so each person can talk about what their code is doing. And usually we have group projects in programming, so it helps with group project. And the final one is that because each person is responsible for their block of code, it means that they can debug it, test it, make sure it's working well. So there are fewer chances of making mistakes. It avoids repeating the same block. It makes programs shorter and neater. And it helps with debugging, so not making mistakes. So what we're going to do after this is we're going to create our codes in Scratch. So this is the main part of the code. Those are our custom blocks. So we're going to create 3 custom blocks and we are going to test it out. So what does that look like?